Hello, this is Sudhakar Moparthi. Today we're going to talk about EBS volume and device names. Building a technical vocabulary for naming things is very important. And today's session is all about getting familiar with the naming convention used while naming the EBS volumes. So let's get going. I'm going to use my invisible pen. All right, so we got EC2 instance. Of course, you can launch this EC2 instance using an AMI. And then any EC2 instance, we can attach a volume, storage volume, EBS volume. And then each volume, you have to, you will give a name, device name. For example, this is dev SDF or SDA1, SDF2, SDF1, etc. Well, there is the madness. There is some madness here, how these are named. So I just thought I would create a mapping. So this is the prefix, and then you can choose between F and P letters, F, E, G, H, P, etc. Or sometimes you can use B, E, etc. Or you can use letters and then some numbers. So this is all to organize how many volumes you are attaching to this instance. For example, I can attach multiple volumes to this instance. So when I'm attaching multiple volumes, so I will get multiple names for each volume. I get a name. So I'll start with say F, G, H, I, like that. SDI, SDF, SDP, etc. So what is this S? That S we're talking. So basically it's an abbreviation for SCSI. Well, that SD, is basically SCSI driver. SCSI is small computer system interface. So it's basically a naming convention. Okay, no big deal. Now, depending upon the AMI that you choose, it could be the virtualization type will be decided, PV or HVM. Okay. So you launch an instance and using an AMI, and that AMI decides HVM virtualization type. It supports all, and then the instance type you will select. So depending upon that, you will get your instance. One more thing here. Some names are reserved. For root volume, SDA1 is reserved. So the idea here is, okay, Amazon can reserve certain names you can't use. And then when you specify, you can use certain names. So that's why this B to E, for example, A is excluded, and B to H, A is excluded. So we're going to give those names. Generally, A to Z is accepted. And if depending upon the type of operating system and other factors, that certain things are supported, certain things are not supported. So you can just use whatever is allowed for that volume. Okay, what else I want to talk here? That's all. Okay, so just to glance at this picture, look at these names, weird names, no big deal. So they are just basically some naming convention, it maps. And there is a lot more going on here. You know, even though this is the name that you give, Amazon sometimes will maintain its own internal name, device name, and it will maintain whatever that name. But for all practical purposes, you know, this is the name that we can refer to and do our things. All right. That's all I have for today. So before I go, I'm going to show you the documentation where I'm referring this. Let me clear this. Okay, I'm going to go here. So this is the page, device names on Linux EC2. So basically it is saying that I can use these are the available, these are reserved, these are recommended, these are the things that I can use. Some considerations, some rules that it will use, how the names are used, and mapping maintained by Amazon. All right, one last thing, ChatGPT, for example, I said, what is NV? Okay, I'm using ChatGPT to ask a few things. In later videos, I will use a lot more. I said, what is NVMe SSD? So it gave me full explanation. I think this is a better way to learn anything. So you just ask whatever you're not understanding in ChatGPT, and you can get your answer. What does SD mean in EBS volume in S? So it said SCSI driver, SCSI, yes. So I would recommend this. And at Skillbank, we are integrating ChatGPT into the Skillbank app. And once that is done, then we can even ask these kind of questions directly in Skillbank app. All right, that's all I have for today. Take care. And if you like these kind of c1c2 diagrams, explanation, high level, abstract thinking, please subscribe.